I want to build a personal brand because I want to actually do.
Where are you from first?
Oh, first, I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what you're most looking forward to from this 90-day coaching, and also why you want to build your personal brand.
The thing I'm looking forward most to about the coaching is the fact that it's coaching and it's something regular and it's outside of me in my head, which I really value.
Mhm.
Um, and what I want to get out of this is I want to be able to actualize the ideas and dreams that are on my heart to do, like businesses and being an influencer, learning how to steward an influencer platform and communicate effectively. I don't know how to do that. I know I want to, and I want to learn how to do it.
Okay, awesome, cool, thank you. And then Sophia, you can go next.
Yeah, so I'm Sophia. I'm from San Diego, California. I am really excited about this program because I did a Ty Lopez course, which Ray actually taught in, learning all the ins and outs of social media. But I've always been more interested in Instagram just because it's content creation. And I feel like you could just reach a really vast audience. And I mainly want to do photography and videography, and it's the perfect platform to get into. um, Mainly I'm trying to start my own social media agency. And as Connor said, like I have all of these like ideas in my head, and I feel like I know stuff, but it's very hard to communicate it just because um, it's just difficult to communicate. And hopefully from this, I can learn the ins and outs of Instagram, as well as be able to verbally communicate to clients and help them the way Ray's helped other people.
Okay, cool. And also, let's say like what we do, like for a living, like our profession. So Connor, what do you do currently?
Right now, I'm actually between jobs. I've got an interview tomorrow morning for a warehouse position.
Sure.
And other than that, I'm working on what is it? I'm working on words. I've got a small business that I've got where I design custom Lego sets. I design them, produce them, and sell them.
That is so cool.
Lego
Yeah.
sets.
I
Awesome.
love that. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. And through this, maybe you'll, throughout the program, you're gonna have people who know people, and so that's the cool thing about being in like a group like this. You share networks and communities together too. So, and Sophia, what is it that you're doing right now, like for work or?
At the moment, I'm a social media specialist for a face mask company called Electric Styles.
Okay.
I've been with them for a while. I actually started in their warehouse as one of their packers, and then moved my way up just by asking one of the owners, like, "Hey, can I learn social media?" And they're just like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay.
Um, yeah, but definitely want to get out of that just because they have me doing the most minimalist of jobs, and they're actually starting to like give more of my responsibilities to someone else. So definitely want this program to get ahead of them.
To learn more. Okay, yeah, for sure. Awesome. And Zach, wanna go next?
Yeah, so I'm Zach. I'm in San Diego, California also.
So many Californians.
Hi, neighbor.
What San Diego are you in?
Pacific Beach.
Oh, I am too.
Yeah.
No way! Oh my God, that's crazy.
You're like literally neighbors.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I have a coaching business, and I am trying to grow my social media presence to use that both as a funnel to get clients and to just have more of an internet presence in general.
Internet presence. Okay. And then so right now for work, you said you do coaching. You have a coaching business.
Yep.
What type of coaching?
I'm coaching veterans getting out of the military,
Nice.
do a transition, kind of the mind and soul, and finding your mental state.
Okay. Awesome. And Penny, Han?
Yep. My name is Penny. I am from St. Paul, Minnesota, And so what I do full time, I'm a hairdresser. I offer like services like haircut, color, and I do bridals and weddings. I'm mainly in the beauty industry. I think for me, I do a little bit of like life coaching. I do a little bit of network marketing outside of here too. And so my goal with this program is just to, develop, more knowledge and how to, impact and make a difference through social media. And my goal is just to kind of to do something impactful and, be able to teach people knowledge about like a lot of the leadership stuff that I've been learning over the years and just being able to give back and help people in their lives and things like that through social media and teaching like beauty trends, like healthy beauty trends and things like that.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. And then Joe, I'm gonna share.
Yeah, I am a digital nomad. I'm currently in San Marcos, California, and I created a couple programs, but it's employeeescapeplan.com and the business happiness blueprint, where I help people do what they love for themselves and their clients, share the love through their service and effective marketing, so they can receive the love in the form of gratitude, cash, fulfillment, repeat business, etc.
Yeah.
Do you know how they say that 9 out of 10 businesses fail or business is risky? My response is to that is not on my watch. I have a program. It's 6 months of coaching for 5K with a guarantee that you'll make your money back and double it. And if you don't, I will keep working with you until you do. And I have 100% success rate in that program.
Nice.
The only people that have ever failed are the ones that quit.
Nice. That's a good
That's
and,
awesome, man.
most of my business comes from referrals and people that have had a good result with me and people that endorse me. Most of it's offline type stuff. I do have Facebook ads working a little bit, but Instagram is a platform that I find it a little bit clunky. I don't understand the secrets of Instagram, so I'm here to, learn from the master Ray and find out what works, because he's been doing this a while.
Sure. So yeah. So I just wanted that so you guys get to know each other throughout the program. We're gonna be spending 90 days. So throughout, we're also gonna have accountability buddies. Obviously because we're gonna need accountability with the goals that we're doing. So yeah, I'll go ahead and you guys can I guess mute yourself or just not talk during this time. Well, I'll go ahead and go through our first week, which is gonna be our vision and ideal avatar. So. You guys can all see my screen, right? Should be good. Cool. So yeah, this is week number 1. Basically, hopefully you guys watched about the mindset thing, the mindset training. I know Sophia and Pan, they were able to what was that?
It's Pania, but
What do you mean?
oh, my name is Pania, but you should say
Yeah.
Penny.
Penny. That's our Penny. Yeah, so they're the only ones, but basically, throughout these 90 days, this is a long-term sprint. This is not something you're like, hey, I just want to get to 10K and that's it. I'm going to teach you guys everything from the vision of what you want to be known for, all the way to growing it, to building a community, to attracting the right people to your account, right? And so, this is week number 1, and we're focusing on the vision, because if you don't have a clear vision of who you want to be known as on social media, or how you want people to know you, it's really hard to know, what kind of content to post and how to go about your social media strategy, right? And so, this week we're going to focus on vision and your ideal avatar. And so, so building your personal brand, building your personal brand is everything nowadays. I'm sure, you guys know the importance of it. That's why you're here. People buy from people. So once you start building a strong, credible personal brand, people are more likely to trust you and buy from you. And like I asked you guys, in the beginning, why do you want to build your personal brand? A lot of times people just want to grow, followers, but they don't have a clear goal of why they want to do that, right? Some people, it's very just like, I just want more clients, which is cool. But, more than that, you get to influence people, right? And so it's, who do you want to influence, right? What knowledge, skills, gifts, and talents do you want to share with the world? And also, what is your story that makes you unique and special? So these are all things that as you're building your personal brand, you can think about. And we're gonna have some worksheets at the end today where we're gonna fill out. And so everyone has a story and challenges that they overcame to be the person they are today, right? I don't know if everyone saw my webinar, but I came from a human bio background. I had no experience with business or sales or marketing. I actually was trying to figure out what's my purpose in life, and I didn't think the traditional route gave me a clear answer for that. And so and also, to make money, I didn't want to get into like tons of debt. So I was like, how do you just make money online, right? Because at the end of the day, um, the reason you guys are doing what you're doing is to make money, right? If there's no money, you wouldn't do it. But more than that, I wanted to find my purpose in life, and I'm sure a lot of you guys here, resonate because you're here because you want to make an impact. A lot of the people um, that are here on this call want to make an impact, and if money was just the end goal for you, then I'm sure that you could find a lot of other ways to do that, but a lot of people here on this call today want to make an impact and have change people's lives to what they do, and that's also why I started my podcast. And so ask yourself, what is your story? What are the challenges that you've overcome to become the person you are today? I've overcome social anxiety. I've interviewed people who have millions of followers to multi-million millionaires and CEOs, but it's like you wouldn't have thought like the shy Asian kid from Orange County could have done that. I never thought 5 years ago, like if you told me that, Raymond, you're gonna build over millions of followers, you're gonna have a podcast interviewing top influencers, I would have been like, no, that's crazy, right? And so for those of you on this call, don't ever underestimate yourself, don't undervalue yourself. And if you watch the mindset training, I asked you who are the 5 people most important to you, and if you didn't write your name down, the reason might be because you always put yourself last. You might be the top, and that was kind of for me. Growing up, my parents divorced when I was in high school, and I kind of had to, take care of my siblings. I was the oldest of 3, and I tried creating that sense of family because I felt like I didn't have that growing up, and I tried to create that because I was the oldest. And I'm sure some of you can relate too. I know no family is perfect, but thankfully our family has healed a lot more, and we're a lot more stable now. But yeah, and I want everyone here to feel like, family. I know you've invested into me, but I want everyone here to feel safe and to feel like, hey, these are the challenges I feel. I feel like a loser sometimes. I feel like no one's listening to me. I feel like I'm not being heard, and all those things you could share in the group. I actually made a channel in Slack called obstacles and challenges. So every time you have these limiting beliefs or doubts come, you could just type it there, and we could have someone support you and have your accountability buddy support you as well. So yeah, I want you guys to think about that. And because growing an influence and following, that's not something to be taken lightly. There's people's lives that you can change through the things that you post, and people's whole direction in life and destiny can be changed because of you. um, and so, I want you guys to think about what are those challenges you've overcome? What are the things that you can help people with? Because you can't help someone with something that you haven't overcome, right? I couldn't help you with growing your Instagram if I didn't do that myself, right? I couldn't help you with um, learning how to present yourself on Instagram if I didn't do that myself, or get featured on different places. And so these are good questions to ask as you start building your personal brand and start posting content. And what is your vision, right? Before building your presence on Instagram, you need to think of a clear vision for who you want to be known as online, right? Nowadays, your digital presence is almost more important than your first impression, because people look at who you are online and they make a judgment of you before they even meet you. And so, especially with COVID, everyone's online at home. They're just searching. I'm sure what you guys did for me too. You were searching about me, looking at like, is this guy legit? Like, let's see what articles he's on, what he's done. And because of all the things I have online, that's what built that trust in you. And that's what, wanted you to invest with me to learn this, right? If I had nothing online, you would be like, who is this guy? This guy might be just all those other gurus who say they know what they know. Um, So have a vision for who you want to be known for online, and think of what message you want to share. What is the impact that you want to make, and what kind of content you will post to be that type of influencer. And right now, I want you guys to kind of visualize the type of person you want to be known for online. Obviously, a lot of people who they say that they are online, they're not in person, but I'm sure that's not you guys here, right? You guys want to be um, exactly who you are online, just as you are in person. And so, I want you guys to kind of visualize that for a little bit. Think about, who do you want to be known for online? Because if they don't know who you are online, it's going to be harder for them to know that in person. It's better for you to have an online presence, because that's where people will find you and know you and start to work with you. And so, what is your message, right? So, what is a message that you want to share with others through your social media content? Who do you want to impact and serve? And why is this important to you? So, like I said, everything, the reason that I stress this so much is because everything around your content, people think like, hey, what's my content strategy going to be? Well, it really matters on like, what's the message that you want to share with people, right? If there's no message that you want to share, then it really doesn't matter the content type. The way that you present content can change all the time, but the message has to be the same. For example, for Zach, he wants to impact veterans and transition them out of that mindset. Then everything you post should have to do something with that. Um, Obviously, it's a personal brand, so it's going to be about you too. But basically, you want to be clear on the message that you want to share with people through social media. Mine was all about inspiring people to be their best self, teaching them on Instagram, and also just motivating people to be the best version of themselves. That's why everything I post is something to do with that or something to get you to think about that. So, these are really important things to consider. And attention. At the end of the day, I'm sure everyone here wants attention. Some of you guys might be promoters. You might not have gotten attention when you're young, or you want to be the center of attention, but there's people who have followers and but they don't deserve it, right? There's people there, everyone wants to be the center of attention, but not everyone deserves it, right? And so there's a quote, it says, not everyone famous is great, and not everyone great is famous, right? And so basically, what makes you want people's attention? Like, say you grow 10,000 followers, like why does it matter to you that you have 10,000 eyeballs on you? Is it just, I want to feel good, I want to be like on better than these other people? Or how do you want to impact them? Because the followers that you're going to grow with, they're all real people. Obviously, not all of them will be super targeted, because they're going to be followers from shout outs and things, but we're also going to teach how to get targeted followers. But with everyone following you, how do you want to impact them, and how do you want to um, just be a difference in their lives through your content? And
Ray, I don't want to be the center of attention.
sure. Yeah,
Um, you know, I want to help the people that want to be helped.
sure.
It's not even, it's not about me. I just want to make that difference in people's lives. So
Sure.
I do want to attract the people that want to work with me, but uh, I would rather be rich and private than rich and famous.
For sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and so I'm not saying this is everyone. Like, actually, for me too, I wouldn't have.
Actually, that's what it says on the slide.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have wrote everyone. I said a lot of people. A lot of people want to grow a following, but for me, I actually didn't want, to put myself out there. I actually like to be private as well. But because I have a message I want to share, and because there's something that I want to share with the world and impact lives, that's why I started learning how to grow a following as well. And so, and the truth is that, the people who have attention on them will be the ones having the income, influence, and impact. Gary Vee says that where there's attention, he's in the business of getting attention. So if you're not getting attention, people will not really, you won't really be noticed, and also it's harder for you to get business. Obviously, there's people who are private, making a ton of money, but if you're someone like Gary Vee and they already making a ton of money and have attention, it's just gonna snowball more and more. It's not a bad thing to have attention. Um, so yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Joe. I'm not saying that you want to be center of attention, but there's some people I'm sure here too who they want attention, but at the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna do with that? How do you want to influence people? and that's the main thing. And impact. So imagine the impact that you want to make for others. How will that change lives? And are you committed to making that kind of impact in people's lives, and why? And beyond just making money, do you actually want to have influence and impact people's lives so that they're changed for the better? And so I know some people already here have talked about impact, and the more followers you have, the more impact you're going to have as well. And potentially the more clients, because more people are watching you.
I've always been a behind the scenes guy.
Sure.
And you know, yeah, I've always been a behind the scenes guy. I do get in front of I had terrible stage fright. I went through Toastmasters because it helped me be a better communicator.
Yeah.
But if I had my druthers, I'd be out of the spotlight. But it's part of functioning in this world is you do need to gain some attention. But
You.
the bottom line is I'd rather solve problems and help people rather than, attention is a means to an end, but it's not
Sure.
the end for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course. Like if you just have attention and you're like, what am I doing with this? It's like, like you want to be doing something with that attention, right? Whether it's guiding them to your course or guiding them to be a client, or, like giving positive, mindsets or different beliefs, changing their limiting beliefs, right? And so, um, yeah, limiting beliefs are huge. That I'm sure a lot of us here also have overcome and have yet to overcome. So, in building an influence with great power comes great responsibility. This is from Spider-Man. You guys, you guys know. But I want you guys to know that I want you guys to take this seriously. These 90 days, because as you are growing and learning how to post content, and also if you're someone like Joe, you're like, I want to be behind the scenes. I want you to change that, and I want you to start. Learning to put yourself out there, because that's how you're going to impact lives. If you're not putting yourself out there, I know I've seen Zach put some things of his story, and I acknowledge you, Zach, for that, because that's first of all brave. And if you guys check Zach's Instagram, we'll share our Instagram later, but he it seems like he was in a very gothic stage or very dark place, but he shared that and came out of that. And so this kind of has to do with your story, right? You guys will have a chance to share your story on your Instagram. I don't think a lot of you guys have done that, and that's something we can all practice together. Sharing your story, because that's going to attract the right people to you as well. And so know that your influence should not be taken lightly. Each post you make, each story you post has a potential to reach hundreds, if not thousands of lives. And so nowadays we're in this culture of like, hey, you only have 10,000 followers. Like, oh man, you only have 100,000 followers. They feel like that's nothing, but those are real people, right? And those are real people you can influence. And so I want you to remember that during this time, you have a responsibility for your life, the lives of those around you, the world, because you get to create the world that you want while you're alive. And we can do that through social media. And you only get one shot at this life, but if you do it right, once is enough. And so I think someone share, I think anything you say will be used against. Yeah, thank you. In the court of law. And so this is for mindset. I think mostly everyone has gone through. If not, go through it after this call. But I want us to kind of take some time, we're gonna have some worksheets we're gonna do as well. But like I said, share what is your why, like what's gonna motivate you during those tough times. Besides more money, of course, we want to make more money, but what's the impact that you want to create, and who do you want to serve? And also, what is your purpose? How can you use social media to fulfill that? And who do you want to serve and impact? And so, um, right now, real quick, since it's a small group, let's kind of go over this, and so everyone has a chance to hear, what your why is, what's going to motivate you to keep going when things get rough. Um, what's the impact you want to make, and what do you feel like is your purpose? How do you want to use social media to do that? And yeah, who do you want to serve? And so you could go the same order. Connor, you could go first and share that.
Sure. I feel super uncomfortable, but okay.
Good. That's good. That means, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Ah, my why, what it comes down to it is I want to see, I want Earth to look like heaven in terms of like seeing people healed on the streets or in the office buildings. But then not just like the supernatural side, but I also want it to be the natural aspect as well. Like I want to be successful in creating new inventions, new technologies that haven't been seen before.
Okay.
I want to be able to create fun business ideas, and not only just profitable business ideas, but then structure a business to be set up in such a way that I don't burn out my employees, and then my employees are actually going to be more successful working for me, because not because necessarily they get paid more, although I value paying people appropriately, but because I can actually start to put in language and learn how to structure things in such a way that they can recognize what are some of their beliefs, what is their purpose, what are they starting to go towards, and empower them as individuals as well.
Okay. And so the impact you want to make is what exactly, like what's the impact that you want to make?
Ah, I want to impact everyone through who I am as a person, in terms like what I share on social media as an influencer, um, whether it's through videos or little video clips, or just even things I choose to write up.
Okay.
And I want to design and produce inventions that change the way we can interact with the world.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so awesome. So you want to design inventions to serve, pretty much change the world like Nikola Tesla?
Kind of like an Elon Musk. We'll go with that.
Okay. It's a good ambition to have. You better be willing to work your ass off
I am.
and not
I'm good
sleep.
at it.
That's your goal. And so who do you want to serve and impact? Like, do you feel like that's your purpose? Your purpose is to design inventions, like any specific type of invention, like things like that.
Stuff that, so there's fun stuff like just product stuff that incorporates, like for example, Lego vehicles. That's taking an existing product and just adding more value to it, and also designing that business in such a way that I can hand it off to the Lego group in 5 or 10 years, because
Cool.
it's just me adding value to the product they've already developed over the course of 90 years.
Okay.
But for some of the inventions, stuff like that, I'm wanting to design stuff that has more to do with quantum mechanics. Are you guys familiar at all with quantum physics or stuff like that? Nope.
You could.
I'll just make it real simple then. I want to be able to, I want to make teleportation an actual normal thing that we can use in our societies. And there's a couple other things that have to do with physics and the nature of reality that are possible.
You're gonna make Star Trek come to life.
You can.
I love it.
You're like what's that called? Mr. Strange? Is that what is it? No, not
Doctor Strange.
quantum physics. Teleportation. Okay, well that sounds kind of awesome. And so is there like a certain person you want to impact and serve? Like any like who to that?
It's more of an archetype. I guess it's not a specific person, but the people I want to serve are specifically people who have, I guess I've got two sets of people I want to serve. There's the people that have vision and want to impact the world and do impact the world. Let's say multinational corporations, different nations, governments, stuff like that.
Okay.
But they don't know how to lead people, how to effectively lead people, how to call the best in people, how to empower properly without what is the word? Without spoiling their people. So you can even see that with like different degrees of capitalism and socialism. You see certain nations with more socialistic tendencies, they can sometimes spoil
So
citizens without calling them to a higher standard.
okay, I'm still like unclear of who that is, but
Sorry.
I think like we're gonna do worksheets, so hopefully that can help you get more clarity. And so okay, and Sophia, you want to
So the why again is why we want to build an influence.
like the why is what's gonna keep you going when things get tough and when you
Oh, honestly, it's just like progress and like implementation. Like I just, even if it's not great results, I want to see like something happening, even if it's just like me like talking to people, getting connected, networking, just like getting out there, because I've mostly just been in my head, and I just want to start talking to people.
okay,
That's mainly it.
mainly that,
And then
who you want to serve, the impact you want to make. Is there-
impact I want to make, especially on social media, is so my main goal is to help people in situations like me, when you're starting from the ground up, when you're so used to living a very like routine life where you're living like paycheck to paycheck. And I want to help people see alternatives to different like careers and jobs. Like I mean, I was stuck at low paying jobs ever since, I started working as a teenager. And I just want to like offer more to life for them, rather than not having as many like options or ideas on how to get out of that situation.
Okay,
So mainly it's just like helping people like myself, kind of like you did.
okay, awesome.
Mhm.
So people with low paying, income, basically help them maybe start an agency or something like that. That you're doing.
Mhm.
Okay,
So with my social media agency, I'll help either people build up a business, or help their businesses, and help them expand it and grow it. And especially in situations like COVID, like if say their business location shuts down and no one's able to go in, I want to give them alternatives to make sure that they don't become unemployed and lose all that hard work that they had.
okay. So you want to help local businesses, things like that. Sort of stuff.
Local businesses, or like coaching, consulting, stuff like that, kind of like what Gary Vee does.
Okay, inspiring people, all that.
Mhm.
And then what's the why? Like, what is going to keep you going? Okay,
um I think definitely like accountability, and um just like I like seeing like a future, like I said in my homework, like I see this future, and as long as I see that future of a great lifestyle, good income, um pretty much just pursuing my dreams, I think that's definitely what's going to keep me going.
okay, awesome. And Penny,
Um, okay, so
so your
my
why?
why.
Mhm.
So I would say my why is my family and my kids. One thing I definitely want to do is, live out a purpose-driven life and, add value to people's lives, whether, help them overcome or I would say, helping people overcome obstacles, or overcoming emotional stability, building people's self-image. I get really passionate about it just because, of my background and where I came from growing up in the Hmong community. Like for me, I grew up in a very patriotic family. And so, like just helping, well, for me, the people that I want to make influence on is women and helping women overcome emotional stability. And, um, my why is just to, help people overcome so that I can be a small part of it. And so I get really passionate about that. And what else? Just pretty much adding value to people's life, Um,
Adding value. Okay.
yeah. What was the other question?
What do you want to impact? Like, what's the purpose that you want to use social media for? terms
Yeah, so the purpose for social media is I feel like because the world's changing, a lot of people do utilize social media for so many things. And so um I feel like social media is a really great way to build relationships with people, even if you don't know them. I think when people are watching you, they learn and pick up things. I mean, people get impacted easily through social media, whether it just be like it can be negative or positive. Like
yeah.
people can compare themselves easily to what they see on social media. And so I truly believe that social media has the power to give off either negative or positive influence. And so I think, you know, if I utilize social media to give off what I know, helping people, then that would be great, you know.
Is there like
um,
a specific person you want to help?
I would say women. I'm like I said, women, single moms. I think, you know, I mean, it could be both men and women, but I think a lot of women are hurt, and uh, you know, a lot of times, like I would say that, like, I mean, I don't know how you guys view it, but a lot of women get into toxic relationships, or they can do things to jeopardize their future because they're not emotionally stable, or and things like that. So I would say women would be the pe- the people that I want to target is women.
Female, like in toxic relationships and
Toxic relationship,
never.
whether they've been raped or hurt, something from their past,
Okay,
helping them overcome that so that they can live out their life the way that they should, you know.
that they should.
Um,
Okay.
I think a lot of people sometimes their past kind of identifies their who they are, but I think because our mind is so powerful, and if we can change our perspective, then we can change our own path in life. And so, um, and I only say that is because, you know, like with what I grew up with, I've always thought that was my path until I learned to change that about myself. And so, that's kind of something that I would say women would be my audience.
Okay. Woman. And the why that's gonna keep you going is, you said wanting to live a purpose-driven life, or
Yeah, purpose driven life, and I want to leave a legacy. I think,
yeah,
I do have kids, so I definitely want to leave that print if I ever die one day. I
yeah,
definitely want to leave a legacy for, people to, I want to make sure that I live a life that I made an impact or a print on people's lives, whether it be small or big or whatnot. I definitely that's there's a saying that, when you are gone, right? And the
yeah.
people that you've impacted and who shows up at your funeral, it says a lot about the print that you've made on life. And that's kind of
True, true.
something that I'm passionate about. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And Joe, as far as your why, and what will keep you
Yeah.
going to keep posting and showing up on social media when it gets rough, things like that.
Well, I'm not attached to the vehicle. Social media is just another vehicle to connect with people. But why do I do what I do? I got an electrical engineering background. I used to build all my own electronics. I've made a million. I've lost everything, um, and it was devastating. And I was blessed to get a mentor. I got to spend 7 years with marketing genius Jay Abraham. And one of the things I learned is almost every business I've ever looked at is making business mistakes. They're not grounded in real principles. So I want to help everybody get grounded in the real principles, although a lot of people really want to hold on to their illusions. So, what motivates me? I love seeing people succeed in business, and I love seeing people, start a business and see it succeed. And I hate seeing people start a business and fail. And
Right.
I hate seeing people on a soul sucking job. And that's why I created my program, is to help people, do this. And what motivates me is this is a spiritual calling. We've been taught to go to school and get a good education and become someone else's bitch. We've been told to go to school and get a good education and build someone else's dream. And I don't buy into that program. And what we've done, the impact of what I do is we've created I am a stand for self-reliance through entrepreneurship. And unfortunately, I believe we've created an employer reliant culture or a government reliant culture or a charity reliant culture or a family reliant culture or a spouse reliant culture. And I am a stand for self-reliance through entrepreneurship. And, you know, um, once upon a time, a man walked onto a construction site and there were 3 men working. And the man asked the first man, what do you say? Like, I'm laying bricks. He asked the second man, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm building a wall. He asked the third man, what are you doing? He smiled and he looked to the heavens. He says, I'm building a cathedral. If you're tired of laying bricks and building walls, I can help you build that cathedral. However, most people try and build a business cathedral on hustle. And the truth is if you don't build your business cathedral on a strong foundation of fundamentals, that building will crash and burn. And that's why so many people fail in business. And that's why I created my program, is to help people build a blueprint and build a strong foundation so that you can actually build a business that endures. So who do I help? I help people who have that hunger to actually learn the right way to build a business at the service of others and not at the expense of others.
Nice.
That's
Very well
awesome.
said. So yeah, he's the master at business building,
Perfect.
business building master. Um, so this is a worksheet that I made. So I don't think you guys can click it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share it in the Slack group, and then I want you guys to obviously take a look at it. This like a list of questions, and this is basically going over your vision. It's going over the vision of who you want to impact, who you want to influence, and let me put that in the resources section. So let me know once you open that, um and then that's yeah, and so that's going to be one thing that we kind of went over it as well, the vision for who you want to be known as, who you want to serve, um and what your message is and story, that's all part of it. And I was going to have us do this actually now, but that might take some time. So I'm thinking these will be homework, the avatar, and this is going to be the avatar. I'm actually going to go over the avatar worksheet, or the avatar part now, so that we could have a clear idea of who you serve. And so, I mean, Joe is super clear on who he serves. It's like entrepreneurs, but I think for a lot of you, um, you need more, I guess, clarity in terms of that, and also how you're going to present your offer, your high ticket offer. So, this is an avatar worksheet that was created, and basically, you want to be clear on who you serve or who you want to help, because then you could, charge a lot for it, first of all. And if you need heart surgery, would you go to the general doctor, or would you go to the heart surgeon? Right? It's only the heart surgeon. For example, if you want to learn Instagram, you came to me. If you want to learn business development, you go to Joe. So, based on who you serve, that's what your content is going to revolve around. And you want to solve a big and specific problem. For example, help business coaches, consultants grow their audience on Instagram so they have greater impact, their knowledge and skills. You want to become a big fish in a small pond. And so great examples of these are, I teach vegans how to lose 20 pounds of fat in less than 30 days. I help um, Latinos create financial freedom using real estate investing. And the framework you want to use is I help and teach your ideal client create desired outcome without your pain point. So, you guys will have a chance to do this, as you fill out the worksheet, but you want to be clear on who you want to help and serve. I know Sophia's more for agencies, that's kind of more broad. Um, for, yeah, and for Connor, it's kind of, you got to be more specific too on who you serve. And basically, if your story or journey mirrors your ideal clients, you can base your answers on your own experiences. And so, this is a worksheet that you could fill out basically on who your ideal client is, based on their sex, their age range, their field, their interests. all the way from, if you had to describe the results that your work provides, what would it be? Describe the best client you've ever had. If you've had clients in your field, what's the biggest internal struggle? All these things are things that you want to be clear on before you start making content, so that you know how to make content and how to get your ideal audience and client. And so pain and problem, that's another one. So I'm going to send this also in the resource list, and the process. What are the 4 to 5 areas you can focus in your work? And so I know this is kind of different because some of you might not all be looking for clients. I think it's only I think it's only Zach who wanted, as far as coaching clients go, and then
Yep.
and then and then there's a gap, right? Is that yeah, and there's a gap in terms of what's that gap in terms of what your clients want, the results that they want. You could apply this to if you're building an agency, if you're trying to sell your Lego custom products, whatever it is. There's things that you could fill out for this. We're not going to do this now because it's going to take some time, but you could fill it out and then share with the group later. And then there's a vision part. What's the vision if you could perfectly help your client, and what would your perfect client's deepest desire be in a single sentence? I think Joe said it clearly. For him, his client wants to build a strong business, but they don't know the blueprint. For you, it might be, hey, they want to build they want to build an agency, or they want more leads for their business. So this is something that you guys should all fill out, because based on this, it'll help you get clear on what type of content to create. And so
Hey, Ray, I've got my avatar in detail, and I've actually got it written out in front of me. I could share it here, or I could share it in the group.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, you can share it in the group so just people have an idea of like what that would look like.
If it's hard to attract your ideal client if you can't articulate who they are.
Sure.
And what's really cool about having a crystal clear avatar is, in order to get people's attention, there's 2 ways to do it. One is to yell louder, which is how most people do it. But if you can demonstrate that you understand your customers' problems better than they do,
Yeah.
they will come to the conclusion that you have the answers. And so the other way to get people's attention is not to yell louder, but to whisper the right words in the right ear at the right time, to demonstrate, I understand
Yeah.
exactly what you're going through, and I know exactly how to get out of your problems.
Okay. So I mean, so you want to share, I guess, how you go about it, and this is like huge business sales tips you guys can apply to your business when you do, because it's not just about growing followers, it's about, like Joe said, understanding your client. Even when you go present to them and you're like, hey, I could help you with this, you want to come from a place of, hey, I understand your problems, your struggles, and I can help you with that, and that's what's going to help close them. And so you want to expand on that, Joe?
Sure. The way I do it is I draw a grid, and on the top you have the now, and I can actually draw it on the screen if you want. Is it okay if I do screen share?
Yeah, let me go ahead and allow access to that. So yeah, this is a this is not just grow your influence, it's a whole business mindset training too. So okay, yeah, Connor, I'll make it a permissible after the call. And then and Joe's a beast at business, so like you guys are gonna learn business things, sales strategies, like all that. Not just like how to grow followers. So it should help you, with what you're doing.
Okay, it's coming up now. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the employee escape plan avatar. It's in pretty deep detail. The frustrations, the fears, the wants, the aspirations. So you want to get into real granular detail, but let me kind of show you a little thing that I do with clients, and you can all do this for yourself. Just draw a diagram like this, and think about your clients, what their situation is now, and after they hire you, what's it like in the imagined future? Okay. And then what do they want to move away from in the now, and what do they want to move towards in the future? And if anybody wants to play with me here, we'll actually do this for somebody. Any volunteers?
Sure.
I'll
I can do it.
volunteer.
Sophia?
Yeah.
So Sophia, think of your ideal client. What do they want to move away from in the now? What are their frustrations?
Lack of financial, like no financial freedom.
Okay, financially strapped.
Hmm.
What do you do exactly?
I'm a social media specialist.
Okay, what else? What else are their challenges?
Lack of resources.
That's the same as financial, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're posting on social and their posts are ineffective.
Yeah. So maybe like lack of engagement.
Okay. And one more.
Small following.
Yeah, small audience and following. And if they have a small audience and an ineffective or poor engagement, and they're not making much money, and this problem doesn't get fixed into the future. So these are called the frustrations. If these things aren't fixed into the future, what will that mean for them and their business? What's the fear?
The business dies out. They lose their business.
Yeah, struggle and failure.
Hmm.
Okay. But if they get their social media right, what do they want in the now? What do they want now? What do they want to move towards?
Sales, success,
Sales, engagement, large audience.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to make money and they want money, meaning, or impact, and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we can speak into our avatar. Are you somebody that is trying to do social media, but you have a small audience, you don't have a big budget, and your posts are ineffective and not very many people are engaging in them? And if you don't fix this, you're going to have struggle in your business, and it could possibly lead to failure. My name is Sophia, and when I help you with your social media, you'll get more sales, you'll get more engagement, you'll grow your audience, and this will help you not only make more money, but impact more people through your services and help you have more financial freedom. If this is something you're interested in, contact me.
Awesome.
And so what we just did, the top left quadrant is the frustrations. That's the emotion. This is a really cool tool. This is what's called an emotional hot button map. So the top left represents the emotions of frustration. The bottom left represents the emotions of fear. The top right represents the emotions of wants. What do they want in the now? And the bottom right represents the aspirational dream or vision of where they want to go in the future. So this is a very logical process to map out an emotional process of the meta programs, the neuro-linguistic programming. What we just did is found out the NLP triggers to talk to somebody so that they're going to emotionally engage with our message. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
How cool
That's
is
awesome.
that?
Awesome. Yeah,
I love that. That was great.
This is
Pass it back to you, Ray.
NLP triggers, to be precise. Connor's asking.
I know what I'm doing.
Does everyone here know what NLP is?
I do not.
No? Okay, then. So it's neuro-linguistic programming. It's, for example, like if you look at webinars or things like that, they kind of condition you to keep saying yes. So that's one example. It's kind of how you use language to influence people's psychology. And a lot of people in sales do this. A lot of people in just speaking on stage. Myron Golden, who I interviewed on my podcast, I think he's great at that. But are there any things, Joe, for NLP you want to share that you're like, hey, you could use these tactics?
Well, yeah, the most important part is we want to speak in a way that connects with people's neurology and their representations. There's two kind of language. There's psychophobic language and psychoeuphoric language.
Okay.
If we say something and it makes people distrust, like, just the word contract versus agreement, authorize the paperwork is psychoeuphoric language, but could you sign this contract actually triggers psychophobic emotions. So we need to be very careful that every word that comes out of our mouth moves people on an emotional journey towards the desire to buy from us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if we are not triggering positive emotions, now actually I use both positive and negative emotions when we talk about the frustrations and the fear, because people truly do want to move away from the pain and they want to move towards the pleasure. So we need to use language in such a way that we take people on an emotional journey. And this is one of the biggest failures of most salespeople is they say the right words, but it's not about how I show up in the sales. It's not about how I or we show up in the sales situation. It's about what are the emotions that the buyer goes through. And if the buyer goes through the right emotions, then they will buy on the other side.
Yeah.
It's their emotional journey, not the words we say.
Yeah. And so is there like a 3-step process that you do for clients? I know that,
No.
I mean, like in basic sales, like you guys have to learn this, but I was not a sales guy, right? So like this is really hard for me, but the first part in sales, like, and Sophia, you're gonna need to learn this when you go present. It's like you need to build rapport. You want to build rapport with someone, make them, trust you. And then from there it's kind of like, what are their pain points? Like why are they on this call with you? Like, what are the things that you're there for to help them, and focus on those pain points, because because people, they're more motivated by pain than pleasure, which sounds like, some people are like, what the heck? But people would rather do something when they're in pain than just to pursue pleasure. So show them like, this is the state you're in, this is how bad it is, like, and if you're gonna keep doing this without my help, this is what it's gonna look like, and
People are 700% more likely to move away from pain than move towards pleasure. If I just tell you about, let's take a vacation,
yeah,
you'll have a certain amount of motivation. But if you're like in Star Trek Next Generation, you either, it's like you need to go to the holodeck and people will resist that. But it's like, oh, this man's wounded, get him to sick bay immediately. So if people are in pain, we take immediate action, but we will delay when it comes to pleasure. There's something else too, and that is we don't want to show up as a salesperson. We want to show up as a true trusted advisor. Like, I truly have your best interests at heart, And so I think one of the mistakes people make, and there's a frame we need to put around all this, is that, I want people to know when they come to me that I'm going to give them the straight stuff of what really works. I'm not going to be anybody's sycophant and tell them what they want to hear. Sure. I'm going to tell them the real stuff. And so don't be the salesperson, be the person that actually cares about your client getting the result. And another thing is, don't worry about too many salespeople, or persuasion people are worried about what are the right words to say to get the sale. And what's way, way more important is, what do I need to give to earn the client's business? Being a giver in exchange for the money is a lot different than what magic words do I need to say to extract money from people.
Yeah.
So we need to shift our frame. And also, when you know that you're the real deal, this is huge. Sales is like being on American Idol, except you're not the contestant on stage trying to impress the judges. You are Simon Cowell, who's trying to assess who's worthy of the prize. And when we're the real deal, we need to declare, I am the prize. Okay. And I don't need to convince anybody to buy from me. I need to see who's worthy of the prize.
Sure. So you're basically saying, in a way, make people have to come to you than you to them. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to chase anybody. That's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. But then I think a lot of people here might be feeling imposter syndrome or like, who am I to do that? Like,
Let's
you know,
talk
I
about
don't have
that.
the
What is imposter syndrome?
credentials.
Imposter syndrome means I have the focus on me, like I'm not serving enough, and you don't want to focus on you. If you're nervous because you think you're an imposter, what you want to do is turn your nervous into service. Focus on actually serving the client and getting them an outcome. It's not about you. It's not about your ego. It's not about self-esteem. It's about helping the client get real results. So don't, imposter syndrome is like, am I good enough? And it's not about me at all. It's, am I helping the client actually get a result? And when you shift your focus on your nervousness about yourself and serving the client with your magic and your gifts and your talents and abilities, you're not an imposter because you're actually positively impacting and improving the conditions of the client.
Yeah. And so, um,
Was that helpful?
Yes.
Really?
yeah, I think a lot of people have that. Like, even like for me, like, even after I've built, the followers and whatnot, like it's still like selling it's, I think I said this in the mindset thing, your self-worth is tied to money, right? And so that's why some people think I can't charge, 2-3 grand for this, because even though they might be worth that much, because they don't see themselves as valuable. And so for a long time, that's what I struggle with. And even like to this day, I could probably be charging more, but it's like your self-worth is tied to the amount of money you make. I don't know why it's on Connor, but like I want you guys to have that mindset. Obviously you got to charge in terms of the value you provide, but
Well, when it comes to that, there's a cost to doing business with you. There's a cost to doing business with me, and there's a cost to not doing business with me.
sure.
And so the easiest way to make $10,000 is solve somebody's $100,000 problem.
Yeah.
If somebody has $100,000 problem and you can make it go away for 10 grand, that's called a good deal.
Yeah. And you got to position it in that way, which I think a lot of people have trouble doing, you know what I mean? And so
I'm definitely more nervous about them, like, just because I'm so young, them thinking, well, you're this young, like you shouldn't be charging this much.
Well, that's again, it's not about your age. It's, what's the cost of doing business with Sophia? What's the cost of not doing business with Sophia? If you can help them get the result, if you can really improve their conditions, see, we spend money on things that improve our life.
sure.
So the reason that somebody would spend money with Sophia is because Sophia is going to improve their life.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's not about you, it's about you truly improving their conditions. If you improve their conditions a lot, you deserve to be paid generously.
Mhm.
I have coffee mugs made up. It says, I will solve your problems and you will pay me generously and gratefully. Now, if you don't want to pay me generously and gratefully, that's fine. I am under no obligation to solve your problems. I'd rather go lay at the beach.
Like you're doing. Yeah. And so that's great.
So negotiating is having the willingness to walk away. It's not about your age, Sophia. It's, do you have the confidence to get them the real result? And if you do, there's a poem I memorized. It's, I bargained with life for a penny and life would pay no more. However, I begged in the evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. She gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, then you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire only to learn dismayed that any price I would have asked of life, life would have willingly paid.
Yeah.
Nice.
He made that on the spot. Yeah, so throughout this program too, like I want your guys' money mindset. I'm gonna share some books with you guys. This is one of the books that I'm going through. It's called The Millionaire's Map. And this is, something that could help you think like a millionaire. And I don't know if a lot of you guys came here with wanting to be a millionaire, but just think big. So I'm gonna give you guys some books like this. This is one. There's another book. I don't know if you guys know Think and Grow Rich. This is one. I'm reading this one right now, Think and Grow Rich. And then there's one called As a Man Thinketh. And there's another one called U Squared. So I'm gonna write this
U
one.
squared is good.
Yeah, U squared. These are some that,
Nice, Bridget.
yeah, these are some that I'm gonna share, and I want you guys to order it on Amazon so that we could kind of all go through some of these books. I think, Joe, what would you recommend first, the Millionaire's Map or U squared? U squared.
U squared is good. I really think that most of the most important stuff about money isn't written in any book anywhere. Um, uh, you know, most of our thoughts about money we learned from people that didn't have money, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have a bunch of affirmations that I can share in the group. I could put it, money and wealth affirmations.
Sure.
But we need to learn to say things. Money comes to me naturally and easily for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
I am the best. I've been trained by the best. I only work with the best. I always get paid the best, and I'm worth every penny. We need to really own that we actually have value.
Yeah. But I think maybe for Sophia, she's like, hey, I'm just starting. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know my value. Like, I don't know what I could give to people. And I think that's what she's struggling with.
What was the one with the me thinketh or something?
As a man thinketh. So this is as a man thinketh, and so we're gonna probably go through all of these, together. But I think the first one, let's start with
A lot of people read Think and Grow Rich and they don't get rich, okay? And somebody asked Napoleon Hill, why not? And the number one reason that people, the whole Think and Grow Rich philosophy is built on accurate. It should be called Think Accurately and Grow Rich. And when I work with business people, when I work with people that hire me, the reason they're not making money is because they have beliefs that are inaccurate about money. They're inaccurate about attracting wealth. They're inaccurate about bringing the right clients. What's the purpose of a business? For most people, anybody want to just shout out what's the purpose of a business?
Sales.
To make money.
Yeah, that's why you're not making money. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. Without customers, there is no money, there is no business, there's nobody to serve. And so if you're focused like, oh, I'm doing this business to make money, guess what? You're not going to make much money. But if you're saying my purpose is to create customers, to find customers, to serve customers, what's the most important number in your business? The most important number in your business is the lifetime value of a customer. So it's not enough to get a sale one time. If you serve a customer and then they come back to you and they buy over and over and over again, you're actually creating wealth. Great example, barbershop. You go in and you get your hair cut. It's $20. Now, if that barber looks at you as you're worth $20, they're not going to see you very highly. Oh, it's just another $20. But if people realize, well, you got to get your hair cut once a month, that's $20 a month. That's 240 years over 10-year period of time. That's $2,400 plus every time if they refer 10 friends, like one person a year, that's 2,400 times 10. So that's another $24,000. So if you see somebody walking through your door is worth $30,000, you'll treat them differently than if you see them as $20.
True. Yeah. Different mindset, mind frame to think about. And so, yeah, lifetime value. So, and that's why people too, they're like, if I spend $20 on an ad, like on an acquisition, is that really a lot if that customer is going to bring in like $2,000, And so it's just a perspective shift. And so,
and this is something that, you're bringing up a great point. What is marketing? Marketing is the process of buying customers. And you know what? Instagram isn't free if you attach a dollar value to your time. Your time has a dollar value. And so, I don't know where I was going to go with that. So if it costs you, if a customer is worth $10,000 to you, are you willing to spend $10, $50, $100? Are you willing to spend $1,000 to get a $10,000 customer? And if you're not, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're just not sure how to go about the strategy, right? And so, so great. So those are, hopefully you could share those in the resources, Joe. And we are actually going to go over something tactical. We're gonna go through so a bio formatting strategy we're gonna go through right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. You guys see my screen? Cool. So so you guys fill out the vision worksheet and the avatar worksheet. I'll upload in the resources. Um, and then we're gonna go through basically bio upgrading. So I want you guys all to open up your Instagram. I'm gonna go show you exactly how we're gonna format your bio based on who it is you want to be known as. And so write down just write down 3 to 5 things you want to be known for online. Just write that down anywhere. And then yeah, and then once you guys are done, I'm going to go over this. I did this with Joe earlier this week, but we're gonna go over your bios today. So once you're done writing those 3 to 5 things down, um, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what to do after. So 3 to 5 things that you want to be known for online, that you want to be known as. And once you guys are done, let me know. I could tell from, I guess, let me stop writing. So cool.
Oh, SEO.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
So Instagrams, they're actually changing some things so that I don't know if you've seen on your Instagram. If you pull up Instagram, if you have the updated one, if you
Yeah,
look,
they just did.
yeah, if you go to search, it says search basketball camp. It says search building photography. So the Instagram is building their own Google. It's like their own Google on Instagram. So when people search you and you want to be known as, social media coach, or you want to be known as marketing, agency or business coach, they're telling you what to look up. They're saying search tall hair, search hairdresser, search content ideas, and Instagram is making their own Google, their own search platform. And so based on, Instagram's going to scrape everything on your feed, all your posts, all your hashtags, your username, your bio, and they're going to rank you according to whatever niche you're in based on what content you post, and Instagram has a way of analyzing your images and your videos so they know what kind of videos are they posting. So for Penny, they're going to know, okay, this girl posts a lot of hair, she's probably a hairdresser or something like that. So based on what you post, based on the hashtags you use, and what's in your bio and your username, they're going to categorize you as that. And so whatever you guys wrote down for your keywords, I'll give you an example. Whatever you put in your bio and name section is what will come up as people as they search for you. And you're gonna attract your ideal audience through the words that you put in your bio. If you're a coach or consultant, you could put that in your bio or name section. So for me, what's a simple strategy is I use an emoji and then I have, podcast, have SMA coach, digital presence, and then I have a free lead magnet. I kind of changed it recently. You can see what Nicholas, the CEO of this top ranked podcast, featured in blank, and grab your free modern day businessman. He's trying to transform modern day businessmen to be, thriving in health, wealth, and relationships. And so that's his keywords. Chris and Eric, their keywords are fitness business coach, fit pros, podcast, 6-figure fitness biz. So all those keywords that you wrote down, I want you guys to see. We'll go over an example in real life as well, but I want you guys to kind of see that that's how you want to format your bio, and that's how you want to get people to um, search for you. So based on what you post, and write down notable accomplishments if you have any, if possible, in the bio. So let's go over someone's bio. Whoever wants to volunteer, and we'll kind of go over it so you guys have an idea of what that looks like.
Would you mind doing mine?
Yeah. So what's your username handle?
Sophia
Yeah.
underscore Mavericks.
Okay. And so what were the keywords that you wrote down for that you want to be known as?
Um,
Oh,
so I had traveler, photographer slash videographer,
yeah.
and then known for, I got a little confused, so I said amazing content, inspiring others, improving lifestyle.
Yeah, so that's a lot. So what are just 3 things that you want to be known as? Just 3 things that you want to be known as on your Instagram.
Okay, so we'll do traveler, and then photographer slash videographer, and then maybe like, I don't want to say like, maybe like social media specialist.
Yeah, I think yeah, so you could do something like that. And since you're just starting, it's like you don't have like you can't say like featured on blank or coached 1,000 people or something like that, right? So you can't really write accomplishments unless you do have it or you have
Mhm.
features. So you could do something like so you could change it to, well, you wrote CEO, founder of Social Uprise. You could say CEO of your marketing agency,
Mhm.
Social Uprise, specializing in Facebook and Instagram marketing. Um, so it seems like you have social marketing agency based in San Diego. Um, yeah, so you could write that traveler, photographer, videographer, social media specialist, like with an emoji before it. But the only thing about that, it's kind of it seems like it's not everywhere, but it's, for
It's not
example,
specific.
yeah, for example, like the main reason you want the bio to be there is so people know what's this girl about and can she help me? Basically when people see your profile, they're gonna want to see, can this person help me? And do I want to follow this person? Right. And so whatever it is you wrote, founder of Social Uprise, maybe helping businesses, optimizing businesses through Facebook and Instagram or something, and if that's what you want to be known as. And then also, your profile picture should have a clear picture of your face. Preferably if you're speaking somewhere, that'd be cool. But if it has a clear picture of your face for your profile picture, that'd be better.
Mhm.
And then also you have your website to your marketing, which
Yeah,
is
but that there's nothing there yet.
okay.
So should I just
Um,
take that off?
I mean, yeah, if anything, you could lead them to like a free, like if you use MailChimp, you can get them to a free landing page using MailChimp. You guys want to be building an email list as well if you guys are not doing that already, if you're coaching. But yeah, that'd be an example. You could change it to like traveler. I don't know if you want to just do that. Like, let me show you Joe's. We just recently did Joe's.
Mhm.
So
Still needs a
Joe's.
little work, but it's mostly there.
Yeah. So Joe's is prevent business failure, more clients and impact, over 3,000 entrepreneurs coach, turn passion into profits, right? And so join my free Facebook group. And then I actually clicked on this, Joe, and then oh, actually it does load. I think last time it didn't load. So you want to have like 3 concise things that show people exactly what you're about, something free that they can get. I'll do that later. And then basically that's a good way for people to get to know you and start working with you. And so yeah, that's an example. You can write Sophia J Mavericks SMMA agency or something like that. And
Mhm.
so um, yeah, that's one idea. And yeah, anyone else, or do you guys have a question on yours how to do it?
I do. Um, because I'm going to
Connor?
my Instagram's been mostly just personal musings and photographs over the years. Would it be worth wiping a lot of the old stuff and making room for the new? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, what is your handle? What's the handle?
At Connor Querin, ConnorQuerin.
Yeah. Okay, musings, photos, and other things by an awesome guy. So yeah, this is very much like your personal that you're doing right now. I would change it, like, what did you say you want to be known as online? You wrote it.
Influencer, creator, innovator.
Okay, influencer, creator, innovator. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then are there any special accomplishments that you could share with people that you've done or that make you
Uh,
stand out and whatnot?
Like how many
I
Lego
have
sets have you made?
Sorry, say it again.
How many Lego like collections have you made?
Right now, I've got 2 vehicles. I'm working on making myself a process so I can consistently design, prototype, produce. Because right now it's not consistent. I'm learning how to run a business while doing work at the same time.
Mhm.
You're working.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so yeah, like I said, like you could write that, but the main things you want, because if you just write like generic, hey traveler, or like hey creator, it's like that's so generic. It's like, what did you create? Like what did you, what have you done, or where have you been featured that makes you stand out, right? For Joe, he said he coached, right, like thousands of people and things like that. You want to
So
write
get
something, yeah, so get specific and write, what makes you stand out from all the other creators, what makes you different. And obviously, since some of you guys are kind of just starting out, it might be hard, but the more specific you are, the better, because then people are like, oh, okay, I know, like for Joe, how many people he coached. For me, that I taught with Ty Lopez, I was featured. Things like that will get people to will make you stand out on social media, if that makes sense. And so
And Connor, don't just say I'm a creator and an innovator. Connor, an innovator of what? Like if I say I'm a coach, it doesn't tell you if I'm a basketball coach or a neurological coach or a ballet coach. So really, like, what domain do you dominate in, or what domain are you masterful in, or what area do you have some expertise in? Start to get a little bit specific so we know, like, you're an innovator, how so, or in which domains, or who you serve.
yeah,
Okay.
does that make sense? Is that a little more clear on how to go
Yeah,
about?
that helps a lot. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Um, and so this is gonna be homework as well that we're gonna do, that I'll put in the Slack for the bio formatting, and then also the vision and the avatar worksheet. So these are all homework that we could do, that we could implement till the next meeting. But basically, I'm also gonna make I'll make our Instagram um group, and we could you know basically engage, or things like that later on. Right now, I think it's the first week. The main thing I want you to focus on is the vision, and like who you want to help and serve. And maybe, I don't know, I don't know, you guys might feel overwhelmed. I don't know how you guys feel. I guess I just want feedback. Like, is that enough things for you to do, you think? Is that good? Like, and yeah, like, where are you guys at right now with so far?
I'm good with it. I think the bio stuff was money. I'm definitely gonna reformat my bios for both of my pages.
Yeah.
Everything else I feel good about. This is a good. There's a lot of good stuff in this call.
Yeah, so this is it's a lot, but it's it's good. Like, basically, there's a lot that I think the first book you guys should get is Order This, U Squared, and then this book will help you think like in quantum leaps. That's what it's about. Um, and so yeah, order this on Amazon. I'll share that, and then a lot of this time, we're gonna be reprogramming our beliefs. I think Joe shared his affirmations with us, and so there's a lot of limiting beliefs, whether you know it or not, that you guys have, because I know that I've had it. And especially as you start posting on social media and you start building your brand, your business, you're gonna have a lot of limiting beliefs and things that make you feel like, hey, like, who am I to do this? Like, who wants to buy from me? Maybe you guys are better than me when I was at, but the homework, for now is gonna be, let's see. So the homework for now is gonna be no, this will be, no, not that. The homework for now is gonna be the vision worksheet, doing the avatar, and then doing your bio. And then once you're clear on your vision, what you want to be known for online, who you want to serve, and then the bio, it's probably going to take you guys some time. Then we'll be able to move on to the next one, which is going to be like emulating people, like creating content and things like that. And um, so yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for this call. And I also want us to have some sort of like accountability buddy. So Connor and Sophia, you guys keep each other accountable. In the Slack, you guys can message each other or on Instagram, however, like add each other on Instagram. And then Penny and Joe, you guys can keep each other accountable. Did you do the bio? Did you do the avatar worksheet? And once you're done, upload that into the homework channel so that everyone can see this is your vision, this is the avatar, and then this is my bio. Like, and do a before and after so people see the difference too. And then I'll be keeping Zach accountable, and then we could and then yeah, I think as far as our call today, that's it. We have a lot of things to implement. Hopefully, this was valuable. And yeah, how do you guys feel about the call? Any feedback? How are you guys feeling?
It was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So
I feel
what was that?
I feel good about the call. I'm just realizing I'm not sure where to shoot with my personal business and how to start incorporating that. So yeah, Joe, I might actually want to get some of your resources because it's like, I'd love some help in there.
In terms of your business and where you want to go with that, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just send us a message too after. I know this is a lot, but yeah, I think that's the first step. And then order U squared on Amazon. I'll put that in the homework section too, so we can read it. But other than that, yeah, that's it for today's call. Anyone have questions? Anyone have anything? Any questions?
Are we doing a weekly call?
That's me once a week. Yeah, it'll be a weekly call, and then I'm also planning to do maybe like a Q&A session, like in the week as well. So I'll update you on that. And we'll all come to a time. Would you guys want something like that, like Q&A in the middle of the week, like before the
Yeah,
next call? Yeah,
I think that'd be nice.
yeah, Q&A.
Yeah.
Weekly, not weekly. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so we can have like a Q&A. I think that I might just open up to like everyone too. So that's like an optional thing. Obviously this is more of like the class time, but maybe when would it be good? Like I don't know. I know it was hard to decide on this. What's a good day for you guys? You want to do like a Q&A or like a catch up session in the week? What's a good day?
I'm free whenever.
Okay. How
I would
about
say evenings,
evening?
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is fine for me.
Monday,
Just not
Wednesday.
Tuesday.
So not the weekends?
Weekends should be fine too.
Weekends? Okay. So I mean last time I said Sunday evening, but I don't think everyone could have made that. When do you
Oh,
guys
Sunday evening does not work for me. No.
Yeah, so I thought that'd be the easiest, Sunday evenings or maybe
Week
Saturday evening. What
Weekday evenings personally work most for me as long as I have a heads up of when it's coming.
Not the weekend? You're not that good on the weekend?
What about like Monday nights?
So
Kind of like
Monday
the week, kind of like sets your whole week.
Monday nights. I have a call at 5 on Mondays. Let me see how well Monday night. So like Monday at around like 8, same time, 8 or 9. You're saying?
Yeah.
8. Could we stick with 8 just because time zones?
Sure. Is that better? Because I'm just saying like that's just 2 days before our call. Is that fine for everyone? Is that good?
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
Monday
That's good for me.
Monday at 8 p.m. then?
I think 8 p.m. you guys' time is 10 p.m. my time, right?
Yep,
Is
that's
that
10 for
great,
you.
or
That's 9 for me.
want to do like 7,
Okay.
8 or 7, up to you. Or how about Zach? Zach and Joe? You guys are okay with that? Monday at 8.
I'm gonna be hit and miss.
Or
Sure.
Thursday, would Thursday work?
What do you mean?
Thursday.
Thursday for the checkup call or like the Q&A? Let's do so you guys can you do Sunday at 8? And people can do Sundays at 8
I have a Zoom meeting on Sunday, every Sunday.
every Sunday? What from when to when?
It starts at 7 to about like 9, 10.
7, 9, 10. And you probably don't want to do one right after, right? And so so
I
this,
mean,
yeah,
I can. I probably can, but yeah, that would be really long.
yeah. Post your avatar. Okay. So how about Monday at 8 then? Everyone cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that for the weekly? Are the weekly calls going to be on Wednesday, and then that's a Q&A call?
Yeah, so Q&A will be like Monday, and just people come on and just, hey, I've had a question on this, whatever. And then Wednesday will be like the training, and so that's what we could do. Yeah. So Zach, I think Zach was the only one who might have. I mean, you said you're hit or miss, but that's up to you, right, Zach?
Yeah, no, I'm totally good with that. I'll make it work I'll make it work.
Okay, sure. So let's do Monday. Okay, I think that's a good check-in time. Monday Q&A, because then it's like, hey, I have like 2 more days at least to get on track, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys keep your accountability partner in check, and then I'll upload these in the homework, and then we could yeah, this concludes our first session. So
So Penny, you're my partner. So how do I contact you on Insta, I guess, or?
You can. My Instagram is psoulfresh. I'll add it onto the chat. Yeah.
yeah, and then we'll all follow each other and whatnot. We'll see. And so
Yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely put your Instagram up, and I can follow you guys too.
yeah, in the discussion, or yeah, put it in the discussion and we could chat there. And so yeah, man, I think excited, and also I want to hear everyone's stories so we could get to know each other more. And so yeah,
Yeah.
that's it for our first call. And we will I'll upload all these, make sure access is good. And yeah, you guys have stuff to work on till then. So cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, thanks for everything, and we'll keep it going. All right.